Great day to you all, and welcome to the X Factors to Success podcast show. I am your host, Ruggero, and also known as the G-Man. How are you all? Hope all is well. And today we've got an awesome guest, and I'm sure she will inspire us and energize us with her story, her trials and tribulation, and really will touch your heart. But before we get her on our show, I'd like to start off with a wonderful quote by Aristotle. Quote, "We are what we are repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but an habit." Unquote. A wonderful quote by Aristotle. What are your habits? What are your habits of the X factors to success? Once again, as a reminder, there are 5 major pillars in my platform, in your platform: faith, family and friends, fitness, finance, and fun. And I believe today, our guest, Sandy Rocourt, she will be able to have those experiences and share with us her journey. So Sandy is a creative writer, speaker, and a strategic transformational coach who helps clients turn the tragedy of loss and heartbreak into the strength needed to rebuild their lives. Sandy is currently completing her memoir by this summer of 2019. I can't wait for that. After going through multiple traumatic losses in a short 15-month span, Sandy found triumphant when she discovered a library of personal development books that her now deceased sister had collected. Her journey of self-discovery led Sandy to become a graduate of the acclaimed Robbins-Madanes life coach training program and dedicated her life to empowering others to develop their own toolbox to overcome life storms. Today, Sandy works with clients through one-to-one coaching and speaking engagements to teach you how to move beyond the pain of grief and loss in order to create happiness, build stronger relationships, and live with intention and fulfillment. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome yours truly, Sandy Rocourt. Sandy, welcome to the X Factor Show.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I appreciate you.
Well,
oh my God, it's such a pleasure.
You're welcome. Hopefully, I covered the bases here, and I'm sure you have more to add. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's an awesome day today. It's a wonderful day. I expect wonderful things are happening to me right now.
I know. For the audience out there, you and I kind of connected about a year and a half ago, and we just clicked like that. And again, we also met in Toastmasters. And those of you who don't know what Toastmasters is, it's a speakers club. That's an international club all over the world. And Sandy, you are a speaker and you are an influencer out there.
Yes. I love Toastmasters.
Super. So Sandy, this show here is basically talk about faith, family and friends, fitness, finance, and fun, and all those wrapped up into the X factors to success. But your story intrigued me. And then when I met you, and you really touched my heart, and I said, one day I'm going to have Sandy on my show here, and here it is. Finally, it is. And you finally said, yes, G-Man, I will be on your show. So you go, I'm going to be nervous about. No, I don't think so. You are just a breath of fresh air, a sunshine bright that when you walk into a room, you enlighten everyone. So this short interview, we'll go back and forth with some questions and so on and so forth. But I always start with a question with all my guests because it is the X Factors to Success show. So in your own words, how do you find success?
Great question. I love you.
I love you too there, Sandy.
I love you. It's like the greatest question ever. For me, success is living a life you can feel proud of in retrospect and holding out what matters through hard times. I mean, success to me is a continuous journey for me. I reach a new level in my career and I stopped and said, I am enough instead of I'm not enough. I have anxiety or anything. I went ahead and changed that, my verbiage, whereas I am enough. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I continue to go out there and continue to learn and grow and improve myself. And this is what success means to me. It's an ongoing journey for me and for everybody else out there.
Super. Super. I love it. Now, in the bio, you really shifted your life into a whole new trajectory, and your personal development journey has really excelled quite a bit in the loss of family members. And if you want to share with that, because I know that the success is tying into the past events in your life, and you've discovered these books and from your sister who passed on, and you kind of got enlightened. Can you share with us a little bit more on this journey of yours from your losses?
Yes, it was I went through 3 hardcore losses, which involves my parents and my sister. So they were a close unit, and it was a short span of 15 months. And of course, I don't know anybody that's been through or lost any of their family members through 15 months. I even did a Google search to see who lost their family, and there's no one I can spot on or anything because it's been like crazy for me, because to lose my mom was the first one. She passed away in December of 2013 from pancreatic cancer.
Oh my gosh.
She was diagnosed one day because she was feeling sick. She had a sharp pain in her side. We went to the doctor. Then she did her MRI, and they found that she was at stage 4 pancreatic cancer at November 5th. And then December 5th, she passes away.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that was very rapid loss there.
That was rapid. It was rapid. And to me, this woman was a vibrant woman. I love her dearly. She worked out. We traveled. Me and her traveled because I used to be an event planner. That was my, I used to be an extrovert, and I used to travel, and she would travel with me because she was my little companion, because she was retired.
Cool.
So she was enjoying her retirement. So it was just me and her having a good time. I mean, she still hangs out with my father, but when she has that time, she'll go out with me. So I miss those times where we went away. And when she died, that really broke my heart big time. Of course, as a mom, I'm a mama's girl.
Right.
I was the youngest, And then 11 months later, well, let's put it this way. My sister had the breast cancer for 8 years. I mean, she was in remission, but it came back harder because it went to her bone. And 11 months later, she died from her breast cancer.
Oh, God.
So that was in 2014, And, she died at 46. And then my dad, it was like weird because this is the active guy. He worked 40 years in the hospital industry. He worked in the hospital, stayed there, and he passes on 3 months after my sister from a heart attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's just like, what just happened? Like this guy only enjoyed 2 years of retirement. And you're saying to yourself, wow, this man just passed on just like that. Because first of all, like my attorney and my advisor had told me, my therapist, they have told me that he died from a broken heart because he had to bury my mother, my sister, and then I got to bury him myself on my own, which was the hardest for me. Because February 2015, my whole world fell apart. It was like, where do I go from here? How do I come back to reality?
I can't imagine
losing 3 family members, and I'm on my own. And people say, who are your family members? And no one was there with me in that hospital. I had to walk by myself to the parking lot and drive home alone, which took 45 minutes when the hospital was 20 minutes away, because I was at Long Island Jewish Hospital. And it was just like, holy crap, what just happened? Going home was tragic. It was like, how do I park my car? How do I get in? And I understand the universe is watching. My parents will probably watch. Probably my dad was walking with me.
Sure.
To make sure I get
he
home
was your
safe.
guardian angel. There you go.
Right. Yeah, he was there. And, it's like, when I came back to reality, because, after my father's death, of course, I went through depression, drugs, alcoholism, and suicide attempts.
You had to go reach out to something, a vice, to really get your mind out of what you experienced in the last 15 months. That's trauma.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's emotional trauma for me. And it made me realize that I had to do something because I can't stand it. It was hurting me. It was aching me, but I still did the funeral. The funeral was 1 week away. I actually did his funeral and everything. And then after that week, I didn't know what's next in my life. I really was turned off for anything. I mean, I did stay with a family member out in Florida,
Okay.
but I was only there for 2 weeks because I had to come back to New York and realize the reality. And when I came back, that reality hit me harder than ever.
Wow.
And I don't think anyone understands that, because at the end, it really took a turmoil on me. I didn't know who to talk to because the family members didn't care about my well-being. They only cared about, what did your father leave a will? And I was just like,
really?
what?
I know, unfortunately. So all this experience now, Sandy, and again, my deepest condolences to you, and I'm going to tell you right now, and again, I feel a unique energy right now. I have to pause for a second. I really do.
Me too.
I think your parents, your sisters, right now, in this zone of space right now in this interview, I had the goosebumps right now. Okay, after these, my experiences also as well. This Sandy, your family members right now on this interview, by the way.
They're happy that I'm telling the story.
Yeah.
They want me to share it.
And that's the key thing. So after all these losses, you created your voice right now. And I know that I have seen you speak out there and you're interacting. I see you in your social media feed. You are just a bright of sunshine. So I believe these events in your life created this voice. Can you share with us what's motivating you now as you move forward now from this loss, but yet you're celebrating their lives? What's taking you to the next level now?
After going through my emotional trauma, I truly developed my inner work.
Okay.
By progressing through small wins to ignite my joy,
okay,
my engagement, and creative work. I also was thriving in a collaborative environment to engage in open communication about my story. Some people, when I share this story,
right,
some people give me the whole, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then some people are turned off by it. Some people don't like my story because I feel like they can't see the strength in me, because one person said to me out of nowhere, said that I can't do what you did. Yeah. Isn't that something?
Yeah,
I was like, well, then.
For me, that says about there's lack of confidence in oneself regarding to confront change or events in one's life. I mean, it's a normal cycle of life. And you, unfortunately, 3 family members within 15 months really created a whole new spirit and faith. And the faith
Right.
that you have in you right now is just overwhelming that you're moving forward and now conducting these transformational coaching with one-on-one clients and speaking out there. And those who are going to listen are going to make some judgments on it. Some are going to say, you know what, I'll be inspired. So tell us about your inspiration after you discovered the books that your sister had. Because I know that we spoke about it offline here, but what about the books? What kind of books were they? Can you give us some insight there?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. What happened is that my sister, I couldn't believe it. This woman had a collection of library books of Jack Canfield.
Really?
Tony Robbins, Stephen Covey, all of these books. Brendan Burchard even was there. The Motivation Manifesto.
Correct.
I actually read that book. Like, those books saved me. Like, those were my best friends. Like, because the friends that I had walked away, and that hurt a little bit more, because once they disappeared, I really was on my own to really figure out things. And then I knew at that moment that I needed to be alone. But alone, to me, I had to face that I had to be in solitude. And that's what the spiritual advisor told me, that I needed that solitude time to really reflect, rejuvenate, and reinvent myself.
Reflect, rejuvenate, and reinvent yourself. I love it. Now, did you ever think about all these books that your sister had in the library? Did you ever have any inkling? Really?
I had no idea, but I knew about Tony Robbins from the infomercials back in the 90s,
I think we all know those who
we
are.
all know. We know about Tony Robbins.
Okay, now you're telling us our age now, okay?
No, we're 21. What are
Yes,
you
I
talking
like.
about?
Yes, we are. We are.
21. But no, I mean, Tony Robbins I've heard, but I never got into personal development. I never knew about values,
Right.
sorry,
Right.
and boundaries. I didn't know about those things because I'm a former people pleaser.
Yeah, I mean, you're similar to I always want to please someone else, right? Help someone else, but never think for ourselves. But unless we uh, hold ourselves accountable and really uplift our purpose, we continue in life without direction. So this gave you the crossroads to take action, take responsibility, and really move forward now, make a change with the energy that you have. Now, that being said, I know that you have been doing work now in the last couple of years, but there's one event that you shared with me about a year ago when we met. You went to a Tony Robbins event. Can you share with us what you experienced there? I know folks will say, well, okay, all right, another Tony Robbins experience, but let's hear it from you, Sandy. What did you experience? What was the wow factor?
The reason why I actually attend because my sister not only had books but she had private journals, and I actually read her
Oh,
journals because
wow.
it allowed me to read all her personal feelings towards me, but about others, about her life. And because me and my sister did not have a good engagement, we weren't that close, and I needed to know why that this woman had this inkling of not want to be a sisterly love. We didn't have that sisterly bond. I mean, I put it in the book, so I suddenly said to myself, what's the problem? And my sister had this. I said to myself, my sister had all these personal development books. How come she didn't follow through about she had, because when I read what she wrote about me, I actually read about her personally. She had worry, she had doubt, and she had fears.
Huh.
And when I read when I decided to read some of Tony Robbins' books, I went on the website and noticed that he was in town in the summer. In July, he was going to be in New Jersey, and this was in 2017. And I went to Unleash the Power Within.
Yeah, is that the 3-day event?
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
where you. Yes, that was a 3-day event.
Okay.
And it's true. When you walked on fire, life will never.
You
be the
walked on
same
fire,
again.
girl? Come on.
I
Seriously.
walked on fire. Yep, I walked on fire, and he's right. Life will never be the same again. After that event, I have to say that's when my life started transitioning even more further. Like I wanted to go into deeper work into myself, like my inner self, like being in solitude really gave me that courage. That's why you saw me at Toastmasters, because
Right.
I just got back from Tony Robbins event,
Right.
and I was pushing myself to say, you know what, I have a voice. Because even when you go to Tony Robbins event, those affirmation. Now I am the voice.
That's right.
I am the voice. I do believe. So going into that event really it empowered me to find my voice and bring it out to the world and impact others about, loneliness. Like I want to tell people that they're never alone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now, girl. Okay, good. So
All right,
I want to stop you there for a second. Just give us a little bit of insight. Did you hesitate when you walked over the fire? Come on, because you know why people see it online, whatnot. Oh, that's BS work. So Sandy, you're laughing. Did you hesitate? What did you feel?
I mean, there was 14,000 people. Of course, I was scared. There was 14,000
Okay.
people.
Okay.
And it in the beginning, I was like, I don't need that. I'm going to bed, because it was 1:00 in the morning. It was 1:00 in the morning to go walk on that fire, and I almost left, but something told me that let me go ahead and do it. Let me just go ahead and
Was
do
that your
it.
sister maybe speaking to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I felt like my sister's spirit was like, try it. You're here for me, because she never went on an event. Because I read her journals, she never went on the event. So I did this event for her to inspire me and her that we shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't have any worry, anxiety, or doubt. Because when I read that, I just felt like that was a message for me to go out there.
Sandy, I'm feeling that this was your pathway through your sister. That's the connection. That is the connection, which is what I'm hearing right now. And so after you did the walk, what was the What was the energy inside you when you went? Tell us. Just give us a shout. What did you feel? What did you?
I felt empowered. I couldn't believe that, the energy, the hatefulness came out of me. Like, I'm not hateful anymore. Like, I had this, I was mad at my friends that walked away. I was angry. I was pissed that all my family died. And, my belief system changed. Like, I didn't believe in the universe anymore, because I just felt like you took away my family, and I don't need to believe, because maybe I don't belong in this world. But it got to me thinking that I deserve to be here. There's a reason why I was the main survivor of this family.
Yeah.
And my butt needs to get up out there and start preaching to people about living, thriving through tragedy, and becoming your inner champion.
I love it.
Stop playing, I prefer people to stop playing victim role. And I played that victim role for a while and it doesn't work.
Instead of playing victim, be a victor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, be a victor. And so, Sandy, you're definitely resonating to a lot of people out there. I'm sure people are listening right now, like, wow, how did this woman go through this tragedies and now lifting herself up with greatness? So, the question I want to ask you is this here: what are you most grateful for? So right now, in this moment in time, in this month of March 2019, springtime is sprung. What are you most grateful for?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to live a purposeful life. I have an opportunity. I have a second chance in life to create an extraordinary life, to live it with joy, for engagement, to engage with others that I have to, because with me, starting with new friends was challenging for me. To create new friends was like a little challenging, because I would hold back, and not, because I always think everyone's going to die, or, everyone's going to die anyway. So that was my problem. And I went to therapy for that, to help me realize that I have to do more engagement. Clarity is a form of an engagement. So I had to engage with others so I could begin to learn about clarity. Meeting you,
Yeah.
getting to Toastmasters. When I first saw you, I was just like, who is this guy?
Whoa,
Like,
hey,
wow.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the G-Man here. Okay.
Yes,
But
when I first met you, it was so inspiring.
It works both ways, Sandy, because if you glow, you energize. Anyone I meet, if I know there's the vibration, the law of attraction.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So when you meet an individual, we have a certain resonant of energy, and we're able to really spark and connect. And that's what it's all about. There's too many people out there with their heads between their, butts. Sorry, I hate to say that. Okay. Yeah, I can say that. It's my show.
It's your show. I don't know if I was allowed to curse. That's why I was like, I don't know if I could curse. So that's why I didn't curse.
No, it's all right. And, and people just complaining and whining, complaining. You know what? Take action, be purposeful, and take 100% responsibility for your life and results. It's the key principle to success. And that's what you're doing right now. And that's what you're doing, and that's what you're sharing right now. So you obviously have lost friends who kind of just departed, and now you're bringing new people into your life. Jim Rohn, quote, I love this Jim Rohn quote, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I repeat that again for those folks who missed out. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, folks, reflect upon who are the peeps that you're hanging out with. Now, you people at work also, you become the average of that. People at your family also, sometimes they're toxic, again, Les Brown, if they're toxic, just get them away, spend less time with them. So tell us about these new acquaintances, friends that you have now. How are they inspiring you? How are they reflecting upon your circle and network?
I'm around leaders now. I don't stay around people. I mean, it's a mixture of people. I still stay around. I mean, I still will talk to the people that may have been struggling, because maybe there's a inkling for me to help them.
Of light, yes.
Maybe I can help. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a variety of people, but most of the people are leaders that I need to that I want to be around with, because they are inspiring me to get to the next level, to become the extraordinary life person that I want to be, live a purposeful life, not something that people are saying that, I don't have money. I don't want to hear that. Stop that.
Yeah, I can't. Those words, I can, I choose to. See, again, neuro-linguistical programming. One of the things I've done in the past.
NLP.
NLP.
Yes.
Look at you going. So I actually studied NLP with Dr. Steve. I forgot his last name. He's in the city, New York City. And you've been influenced by many people out there. Would you share with us, who would you say your top 3 role models are that you currently gravitating with?
Of course, my mom. I will love her to death. And my dad. They gave me the tools and resources, as me as a person, as a character, because wow, what a change. Because before their death, I was a different person. I was a corporate person working hard. To tell you the truth, everyone, yes, I am single. And you're like, why are you still single and everything? But the thing is, I was
here, folks. She's single. She's single. You got to reach out to her after. Come on.
No, don't start, because now you're gonna get the crazies.
No, I won't do that.
No, but the thing is that I just was a workaholic. I was going to the gym, and I was just focused on work, and making dollars and everything else to create that. And sometimes I think the reason why this happens to me, I had to take a sabbatical from work and live,
and
really look at my inner,
and get clarity. Yeah. You've been using the word clarity quite a bit. I like that.
Yes.
One of the key success principles is the clarity of purpose, understanding what the why. Simon Sinek is a great speaker, great author, and
your why.
And one of the most watched TED Talks.
Yes.
Is Simon Sinek's "What is your why?" When you find out the why, your how will come.
Yes. I watched that TEDx talk. I used to talk about it, but it's great. I love that because it helped me to know my why.
I watched it many times over just to hear the message and clarity. And his speeches are so phenomenal and very touching, and it's true. Right. We are so bombarded with so much noise in the world today, with all our TV, radio, social media, and we look for answers from the outside instead of looking for the answers from the inside.
Yeah. And that's what I've been doing in a work, because now it's, yes, the inspiration was Tony Robbins was first, but what inspired me more was Brene Brown's TEDx talk, and then her book, Daring Greatly, The Power of Vulnerability.
Oh, say that again for those individuals.
No problem. It was Brené Brown. She has a TEDx talk that I recommend. It's the highest one also. And it's also called The Power of Vulnerability, the TEDx. But the book that I read that got me to be more vulnerable was Daring Greatly.
Super. I love it. Thank you for sharing with that. And I'll also put that in the show notes also. Those individuals who are on the road right now, they're driving and they're listening to this podcast saying, I got to write this down. So when you take a chance, folks, to look down in the notes on the podcast, right? And you'll get the information. So awesome. Yeah. Are there any books that you are currently reading that you want to share with us that's been also your food for your propulsion to achieve your success?
I've been, and it's because, it doesn't matter, but me, I just started reading Destiny of Souls by Dr. Newton. Very good book, which is me, because I'm just looking at the soul, the spiritual side and everything. I'm just looking into getting in deep with my spiritual side with my family, getting to the angels and everything else. So I've been reading that, Destiny of Souls. I just finished reading Nonviolent Communication.
I just did that. I just read that book by something Gold.
Marshall Rosenberg.
Yes. I have it on audiobooks, and I was recommended by one of my accountability partners, and I find that book to be quite insightful. And
because of what's going on right now, we need the book.
Yes, and those are folks out there. Please, can you repeat the title again? Go ahead.
Sure. The book is called Nonviolent Communication, and it is an effing lifesaver, everyone. Get that book, because it saved me, especially when I had to deal with a family member that was arguing with me over a petty thing. Yeah. And I knew how to just stay calm, remain active, and have a good, intelligent conversation.
You're sharing some good bombs out there, girl. I like that. Good experience. Good.
Get that book, because I'm telling you, I'm not a promoter, I'm not an affiliate, but just let me tell you, it will help you, especially what's going on today with the whole world, with the political arena, with the whole media and everything.
You got it. You got it. Now,
You need this book.
I want to ask you now. Let's go deeper into your book, girl, because I had mentioned in the opening on the bio that you are working on a memoir, right? And it's sort of kind of summer 2019 or whatever target date you had there. Can you share with us some insight on the memoir? What's going on? Go ahead.
Yeah, my editor told me I could do a little bit, don't go crazy.
Okay.
So, but
Okay. Yeah. I know how it is because I interview other guests also, and they share the same caution or disclaimers as well. Go ahead.
well, because I speak on it anyway, so it's practically about my tragic story, like how I went through losing my family members, going through the financial hardship, feeling like brokenhearted, losing the friends that were still alive, like lots, heavy losses. And it doesn't have to be just grief, but some people do deal with grief in a different way with divorce. So for me in this book, it's my whole tragic story, but then how I became a champion, thriving through tragedy and becoming your own inner champion. That's what I'm talking about. And I give the tools and resources for everyone to get back on their feet and becoming, overcoming that adversity, whether it's divorce, and there's people out there that are suffering loneliness there. Because I've met a couple of people already that told me that, I don't know how you did it, but damn, you are such a phenomenal woman because you're alone. And some people say they complain they're alone, but they're not alone because they have their mother or their dad or their boyfriend or girlfriend with them. And they forget that they're never alone. They're their own best friend, because I became my own best friend. I became to develop my inner self. I get to build on who is Sandy Rocourt. Who is she now that she doesn't have her family members? What am I going to become? And this allows me to inspire other people out there that say they're alone. But I have to tell you, you're never alone, because you have yourself to believe in.
Preach, girl. Come on. Come on.
You have yourself to believe in and become your own champion, because there's a way. Because the reason why we use champion, the editor, because she says that she enjoys my spirit, because she said, you go to the gym at 5 a.m.? I can't go to the gym at 5 a.m. And can I tell you, after talking to me for 3 months, she started going to the gym at 6 a.m.
Look how influential you became to that. In
3 months.
for those of you out there, and there's a book that you may want to also encounter, a book by Robin Sharma, The 5 a.m. Club.
Yes, the 5. That's me.
Okay, yeah. Well, it reminds you of the 5, and I'm trying to get my tuckus also out of bed early to go to the gym down where I am here in the morning. Okay, so you just kind of throw a little curveball for me also. Hey, you know what? A little nudge to me. Hey, G, get your butt off, all right, and go to the gym in the morning and make it happen. If it's a half an hour is going to be so worth it to get energy going.
Because you know why? The gym inspires me to get what I need done, because it's quiet. And I don't know what happened, because the gym that I go to, because it's in my complex, it was never crowded. I don't know if I inspired other people to be there at 5 a.m., but I used to enjoy being by myself at 5 a.m. And even the personal trainer says, I can't believe you come at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, I said, I got to do it. I think my parents are watching me, and they the way I got into workouts, because my parents were workout freaks. They're the ones that started going to the gym in the 90s. They're the ones that inspired me, because I used to be an aerobic instructor. So
also, see, one of the X factors to success that I talk about on my platform is the fitness. Now, there's the spiritual fitness, and there's also the physical fitness. And when you have a routine, a habit, like I opened up the show with the quote by Aristotle, by taking action, it becomes a habit, and the habit becomes just a second nature for you to get up in the morning, and you feel like, wow, the day's longer. While everyone's sleeping, you're out there getting the brain synapses firing, and your blood pumping, your heart is rocking and rolling, and you're gonna attack the day with the mindset of a championship gal going through life every day.
Yeah,
you're the champion, girl. You are the champion.
5 a.m. because I got people who see me at 5 a.m. They're like, she's always here at 5 or 5:30. Sometimes they catch me at 5:30, and sometimes because I'm a little like I need some time, and then just to rebalance my sleep, because my sleep schedule has been unbalanced for a while
Okay.
because when you go through this emotional trauma, my sleep disturbance were kind of weird. I would have 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours. My therapist was nervous. He was just like, this is a cause of a heart attack or a stroke. He was concerned. So, but at least now it's getting back there, because I started doing the law of attraction. I've done that.
Yep.
I love Abraham Hicks.
Yep.
That's been helpful because I read her book.
By the way, Sandy, sorry to interrupt you. We have to go to the law of attraction meetup that I go to on Wednesdays occasionally here. So we have to kind of rendezvous. You be my date, okay? All right.
Yes,
so.
I will come back. Sorry, I haven't been there. It's just been busy, but I'll be back.
No, you've been very much occupied by making a difference in the world. Not busy.
You're right. I shouldn't say busy. I've been occupied. Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
So,
I'm learning the words.
Sandy, you are a breath of fresh air on my show, and I just you exude so much energy that you just blow me away right now. And I hope the folks out there listening to the show like, wow, she's on fire. Who's this woman here? Who's this Sandy girl? I gotta go freaking meet her.
And they're gonna go on the website, right?
Sandy, if you besides your book, what's one major goal that you want to achieve besides your book this year by the end of 2019 on December 31st at 5 p.m. 2019? You're gonna say, wow, because right now it's March and you got next to the next few months down the road. So what's one goal? What's one breakthrough goal that you're working on right now? You want to share with us?
Getting this book published, of course.
Okay.
Exactly. And going on a stage, whether it's TEDx, and getting out there,
Yep.
Whether it's a TEDx or a stage. I just need that stage that I can impact 1,000 people by December 31st.
So let me ask you something. Is it written down?
Yes.
Good.
December 31st.
Okay. Is it also written down, and do you visualize that every day?
No, I haven't. Okay, so you're right.
I'm going to just suggest a little coaching on there, okay?
Yes,
now,
please do. Give me some coaching, because I wrote it down.
Okay, write it down. Write it down in an English card, and then place it also in your bathroom or when you open your medicine. Oh, there you go. Good. All right, she's showing us an index card. Okay, folks, just because you can't see this. And and I have this habit about reading it every day, because a goal that's written and a goal that is not internalized every day becomes a habit, right? After 30 to 60, 66 days, as the study shows, that it becomes part of you, and you actually attract the things that you want to. So the TEDx, for example, there are TEDx talks around the country. They're around our area also. And you have to prepare a speech, an 18-minute speech, and we work on it as a Toastmaster. You know how it works, right?
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And maybe start also part of this. Your memoir is to create this speech that's going to be entitled "The Champion," whatever. I mean, I could just see a great speech coming out and being on that stage. So, do the visualization, do the writing, put it on your journal, put it on your smartphone, and read it every day, and write it. In your journal, yes, girl. I got my journals also. Look at you. Look, she's showing me highlighting. Good, because you know what. Journalizing is just a great experience, because it goes from the mind to the physical, the instrument that you're writing in with pencil or pen, and then seeing in black and white. That's awesome. So, awesome. That's I wish you luck. And I'm telling you right now, when you get this memoir, will I get a copy of it?
Of course you will. What? You're my first person that I met at Toastmasters. You inspired me when I walked in. I saw you. I was like, "Who is this guy?" And you're from Jack Canfield. And I was like, "I read that book." I was like, "What?"
Well, I've been. He's been my teacher, my mentor. In the Canfield Success Principles. That's correct. Thank you. But again, I told you earlier. It's not for me to keep inside me. It's to share out there. When you exude energy, you want to give it out there and share it, and that's what you're doing right now. That's what you're doing. So, and maybe have you again on the show once you get the memoir going on. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm giving you an open invitation now. Okay. Open invitation.
Yes.
So.
Thank you. You're the awesome G-man.
You're the awesome Sandy girl. Sandy. We have a few more questions before we wrap up this wonderful interview. I could go on forever and ever on the show here. So
Thank
Sandy,
you.
Let's just say you've written the first book, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. You have 10 books. You've been speaking on the stage and so on and so forth. when you leave this world, let's say it's 150 years from now, someone's going to pick up something here. What legacy? What legacy or imprint that you want to leave behind? Right now in your mindset, what legacy? Say it's 150 years from now. And those books are out there and so on and so forth. So what's the message that you're going to leave out there?
Stop the fear of being alone.
Wow.
And start looking at your inner self and develop self-care, self-love. Truly believe in yourself.
Wow. That is powerful. Believe in oneself. Stop the fear. You know, fear stands for, in many acronyms, false evidence appearing real.
Real.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Stop the fear. They have to stop the fear because I'm starting to see people fearful of me. Some people are fear of me, and I'm like, why? You know?
I could understand why. Because one exudes a certain level of confidence, and it comes out in your aura. And the aura, like, whoa, I can't really approach her, right? I understand exactly, because you're a person, like you said, you walk into a room, you exude energy. And like, whoa, who's this gal here? Like he told me, who's this guy? But you were walking like, who's this girl coming in here? Oh, because nonverbal language, nonverbal communication speaks louder than words. Also, that's the initial interpretation and so on. So Sandy, you are fantastic. So Sandy, what's if you would recommend one book that's gonna also help someone out there? What's one book that you would recommend? Say, hey, pick up this book right away, today, this week, this month, and come back to me and contact me, and we can talk about it. What's one book that you would recommend?
The one I spoke about today, I feel like this book will help people. The Nonviolent Communication by Dr. Rosenberg. I feel like this will help others to be better communicators, because we need more communication and leadership in others. We can't stop being that people pleaser, playing that, having that mindset that, drop that victim mindset, I should say. They need to drop it.
So Sandy, you mean people who are looking at their smartphones and looking down, they're not communicating?
Let me tell you, when I see them on the train, they're so funny. This is what they do.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at their neck, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm inspired, because when I look at them, I'm looking at their neck because the doctor tells me that it does ruin the upper.
Whatever it's called, right there.
Whatever it is, right there, because he said the name and I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And to me, you want to. That's probably why I stand up straight and
I've noticed that. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I can't have people do this all the time. It's like.
And we walk in the streets with that. Oh my God.
My God.
I know. I mean, I have to say, I use, obviously, we're using the smartphone, using social media as a platform of communication. But you're right. We need to be open communication as far as physical, one-to-one, open communication to visualize a person. Because when you're speaking one-to-one, what happens? You're able to see emotions and expressions and body movement that accentuates the communication and so on. Yep. So Sandy, I can't thank you so much spending this quality time. I mean, 45 minutes have gone by so fast. It's like amazing. And those of you who are listening to the show, folks, I hope your drive to work or from work to home has been pleasurable. Or you're listening on a train and your head is down low listening to the show here with Sandy Rocourt here and the G-Man from the X Factor to Success. So before we leave here, Sandy, what are any last inspiring, last comments, encouragements before we close and say farewell until next time?
Sure. The Oprah quote has also been helpful. I want to share that with the audience with you.
Please.
It's called "Turn Your Wounds into Wisdom." And that's what happened with me. My emotional wounds, I turned it into wisdom to share and impact others to become that champion. So I want them to learn that. Turn your wounds into wisdom.
I love that.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, girl.
Because everyone has this, they're wounded, they're hurt, they don't know what to do, this and that. Turn that into wisdom. You know how much people you inspire? by sharing your own true story.
Yeah.
I want people to go out there and do a storytelling, because I did a storytelling event, and I went to it was a 5-minute, and people were inspired by my story and wanted to talk to me more and wanted to engage with me. So there are storytelling events that are out there. Look for it on the website, where they can show you how to do those 3 acts, which there's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That inciting action. Take that to the next level.
Girl, you're on fire with action, okay? You're a champion, okay? I love it. We're going to turn the wounds into wisdom. Okay, folks, you heard that? This is Sandy here. Sandy on interview here on the X Factors to Success episode. So, Sandy, Can you tell us where the audience can find you? So, and I'll put it also in the show notes. So tell us, where can we find you on the social media platform out there?
I do have a website, and we are revamping it. Get ready for new changes. I am going to start doing some YouTube videos soon, like a 4-minute, talking about, life transitions and everything. Mm-hmm. So get ready for that. It's Sandy Rocourt, and it's www.sandy with a Y, and Rocourt at ROCOURT.com.
Mm-hmm.
I am on Facebook.
Awesome.
Sandy Rocourt, and I'm on Instagram,
Ooh-hoo.
and I'm on Twitter. That's it.
You tweet, girl? You do the tweeting? Yeah.
Well, it's an editorial calendar, so.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. So, folks, you heard that. I'll put it also in show notes. Please contact Sandy there and let her know that you enjoyed this podcast, and it touched your heart somehow or another. It resonated with this similar story of yours. Like she said earlier, she did some research. She doesn't see or found anyone that lost 3 of the family members at once in a very short period of time. So if this story really resonates, folks, please, I ask you to please reach out to Sandy, because she's definitely an influencer out there, and I know she's going to go places. She's speaking in the local markets here in the New York City area, New York,
right now.
So I'm sure we'll see some new good stuff going on website, like you just said, at sandyrocourt.com. And Sandy, when are we going to see each other again? When are we going to connect live?
Oh, soon. We shall. Next month in April, when tax season is over, because I've been dealing with the real estate world.
No, tax season. Stop. Uncle Sam, I got to pay my taxes. Oh, shit,
I know. I got to deal with it. I'm being true. I'm telling people real life, It's just I got to deal with it, because I have, I've been doing real estate investments. So it's like whenever you do investments, it's like taking time, and it's like, I need to do my tax.
Cool. All right. Well,
but next month we'll see me in April, definitely, because the weather's getting nicer, bro. We gotta go hang out. We gotta go do
yes, and go do these open prop nights also, and speak about our experience and our training in achieving success. So
exactly with your Toastmasters. I'm coming to that event. I'm definitely coming to that. You just gotta give me the dates, and I'll be there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited about my moving forward now, competing in the division level on Toastmasters, and that's coming up soon in the month of April, so I'll keep you up to date with that.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the X Factors to Success podcast show with the lovely Sandy Rocourt here, and I hope you've been inspired, energized, and really found full of wisdom. Don't find the wounds, but find the wisdom. As you said, I turned the wounds into wisdom. Become the champion of your life. Take action and be on fire. As she said, as she walked over that fire walk at 1 o'clock in the morning, she almost came that close not doing it. But what you heard from her is that she really was inspired by her sister and really her family members who are her guardian angels now. And if it wasn't for those books that she found from her sister's library, she won't be here right now on the show. So, Sandy, I'll give you a virtual hug. Love you. You're a beautiful person. You're blessed. God gives you lots of energy to share to the world. Continue on your journey and your success. I hope to see you very, very soon again on this show. I'm looking forward for the memoir that you have spoke to.
Of course.
Wow.
It will be delivered to you.
Ooh, I love that. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
It will be delivered to you. Hand delivered. You don't have to wait on line.
I don't line.
You don't have to be at Barnes & Noble waiting on the line.
But it's okay. I want to experience that too. All right, Sandy. Well, folks, this is the X Factors to Success. Reach us at www.xfactors2success.com. Find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and give us a shout. Hey, if you find any influential individual out there, please reach out to me, and I'd love to have them on my show. And once again, I stress the importance. Please rate, share, and review this podcast. I'd like you to also share this podcast to your family and friends. Go ahead, link this podcast to your family. Maybe someone in your family needs to hear this, okay? And then reach out to Sandy, give her a shout out, okay? And send her an email through her website. And I can tell you, she has been a breath of fresh air, knowing her now about a year. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, my quote is, live with purpose, live with passion, and make a difference. Sandy, a big hug and a kiss to you out there, and much continued success. And you have a wonderful, outrageous, fantastic champion of a day, week, month, and year. You got it, girl?
You got it. Thank you so much, G. It's been a pleasure. God bless to you and your family. They're beautiful. But I be looking at you on Facebook. But cool. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my story with you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Folks, until next time, the X Factors to Success to achieve the better version of yourself. Ciao.